Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the ManDem United podcast, the podcast dedicated to all things Manchester United. So please keep all your comments, all your questions, Manchester United related, please, people. Obviously, even though it's international break, Manchester United are always in the news. So Ivan Toney linked to Manchester United. Should they sign him? That'll be the main talking point. If you lot in the chat have any other questions, that is absolutely fine. Just please make sure you keep them Manchester United related. And it was actually Fabrizio Romano who mentioned this when he stated that Manchester United would be looking for a striker this summer with Anthony Martial leaving. As he will be leaving as a free agent, so that leaves just Højlund. So we will be discussing this as well. We are back to the regular schedule because I've been running specials all last week and obviously yesterday, which is Monday. The last one is tonight. Grizz will be on, people. You lot know Grizz from Big Six. That'll be the last one. But big up to everyone who has been supporting all of the specials, real ones. But make sure you hit the like button on this video, whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back. Make sure you hit the like button on the video. Make sure you share this across all of the socials as well. And on top of those two things, make sure you subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV as well. Road to 11K. So we got some of the gang in the building. Rhino is here in the building. Eddie is in the building. Sheik is in the building. What you man telling me? You good?
Yeah, man. We're here. Back on the ManDem United podcast. You lot smash the like. Yeah, smash him. I want the like button broken. Smash it. Obviously, not really broken because we still want you to hit the likes, but you know what I mean. Just smash.
We know what you're saying. 100%.
We got Eddie, Sheik.
You know what I'm saying? Rhino in the cut, Sheik in the cut. Both their channels underneath in the description. Sheik, what are you telling me? You good?
Yeah, man, doing good. Good international break to be away from United, but here we are back to it again, man. Here we go, man. Here we go. Ten Hag. What else is he going to bring to the list? Whether are we going to be able to see the bigger picture? All these questions are going to be answered.
This guy already on the foolishness, you know. Eddie, what you telling me, man? I've got Eddie over there in the motherland. What you telling me, fam? You good?
Yeah, cool, man. Like I said, man, we got a shit ton of marathon runners. I said, what the hell? Let me go find another one to add to the collection. You see, you know, the United rebrand will be televised. You dig? So now, shout out to my dog Sheik, Rhino. Big shout out to my dog, motherfucking El Jefe, flawless, killing the game right now.
Come on, the big dog.
Congrats on all that success, bro. It's been dope to see you get your flowers.
100%.
And the numbers is jumping because of it. So the hard work's been paying off, boss.
Yeah, appreciate that, man. Appreciate
to add on that,
man.
yeah. Listen, you guys lock into the specials, man. I'm gonna take some time out during this week. You know, when I got a nice plate of food or something, I got an hour or two free just to educate myself on, you know, the specials that Flores has been running with the likes of Troops, Saeed, you know, Rants, everyone, man. So look into that, man. Very, very informative, man. So I'm gonna look in Aaron's one as well. Like, yeah, man, trust me. Big up Flores,
for real. Big up everyone in the chat. And we mentioned Ivan Toney. Sheik mentioned about, here we go. You know, at Sarcasm City TV, even with the specials, people, we do not stop. You know what I'm saying? We continue to add quality upon quality upon quality. So this guy, welcome into the show. I need to try and make it permanent. But he's here as a special guest, been on the channel before. Easily one of the most, the girls saying, hilarious guys to work with at his standpoint and viewpoint on Manchester United. You lot would have seen him on Big 6 months. Man like Corey is in the building. Yes, Corey, what are you telling me? You good?
Hello, lads. It's finally nice to be back on here, isn't it? Long time since I seen the ManDem. You know, I've been getting back up by every other fan. It's nice, you know, nice to see all the United fans. It's nice to be here. Thank you, Flawless. Finally.
You already know.
It's a safe place, my dog. It's a safe place.
Bro. Safe out here, man. Safe. I feel like protected. You know what I'm saying? I feel protected right now. I like it, man.
We got you, man.
Blessings on blessings. Thank you for this.
Corey.
You already know, man. And for those that don't know, I did try to get Corey on previously, but it just didn't work out timing wise. So we are going to try and pattern that and get Corey on a regular basis. I have been trying people. I'll be working tirelessly to make additions to the channel all the time as well, man. And speaking of great additions, another regular is here. I like that.
What up, cuz? What up?
Get some feedback from you, fam. Just saw your audio. We'll get some feedback from you. That's all. No stress.
Hell yeah.
It's all good, fam.
Brother was
You should
sounding
be
like
alright.
R2D2 in that John. What you got going on?
You should be all right, Dan. But Dan's in the building. We got Eddie in the building.
up,
Of course, Corey, new addition, Cheek, Rhino, all in the cut. Big up to everyone in the chat. Stephanie G, I see you. Kevin as well. Warrior J, Gaming for Life. AJB, Barrio as well. I see you lot mentioning the Back Again podcast and 16 out of 10. Hey, just go watch that podcast after this. Sensational cooking, man. Like that.
Hey.
I'm not gonna spoil it. Just remember 16 out of 10. That's all you need to remember.
Bro,
As
I
she
flawless.
was in the comments, yo, Rhino's laughing because he knows. Hey, people just go and watch that. That's all I'm gonna say, man. Like that was a generational cooking.
Nah, flawless. That one, yeah. You know old school EA Sports, yeah. I put a comment. I said EA Sports is not in the game.
It's not in the game.
So when you guys watch it, you get what I mean still.
Just go watch, people. Just go watch. Well, big up to everyone that's tapped in. Continue to run up the likes, hit the share button, subscribe, all that good stuff. But we'll start with the topic, and Corey will go to you. Manchester United linked to Ivan Toney. What's your thoughts on it? Should we sign him? Is that a price point thing? Is there other options you prefer? Where do you stand on it?
I mean, like depends on how much it costs, innit? For me,
Price point. Yeah.
like I need other reinforcement. Like there's bigger issues in my the midfield, for example. There's bigger issues in the team than a striker. In my personal opinion, I think Hoyland is starting to find his feet at the club, which I'm loving, and I just think that we need like other things. I'm not looking to spend the 75, 80 M's on a striker. Then we look back at it and we're having to loan another midfielder. Like I'm not with that. I need reinforcements in the midfield, and if we have to loan a striker, then so be it. But it just depends on how much he costs, doesn't it? But then at the same time, if we had Toney, he'd score quiet.
Yeah. Tony's a bad boy. Don't get mistaken. Yeah. Tony's a
goals, isn't it? Like we'll get quite a few goals. But then you got to look at the wingers as well. Like, are they actually going to create for Toney? Like, who knows, isn't it? You really know. So I wouldn't mind him. Like, 1 year left. One year left on his contract. What is it? 65, 70 M's. People are saying
too much.
Put in there, count it. I love a little black brother up top of my club.
Jeez, ManDem United.
I want to see, man. I want to see the man win. So I wouldn't mind it. Now I'm on that. I'm
borderline pause, but I'll let it run. But
Rhino, you're going too far with these things, man.
I like a little black brother up top. Come on,
it is a little bit no lineage. It's a
yo. See,
why?
Get your head out the gutters.
Do you know what's peak? I've said it now, so if they clip me, there's no context. So I know that out of context is going to come for me for that one. So calm,
nasty brother.
Cool.
Yeah, it's
reality. It's reality.
You're saying, Corey, price point. That's where you're at with it. Welcome, Leon, to the show as well. Yeah. Price point. That's
no, big up, people. Danny, welcome back, man. I feel like playing that Mace tune for you, bro.
These man always at man.
They're always at it, bro.
Always verbal. You know what I'm saying? Just hella verbal. What are you saying, no Rhino? Ivan Toney, talk to us.
Yeah, no, I'm with Corey on that. Minus the up top thing, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like with Toney, he's a bad boy, man. Corey's right, man. Imagine him just leading the line for United. But it just comes with the whole situation with our wingers and just the way we set up. Would it complement him, or is it going to hold him back? Is it going to be another player that comes to United and his potential and his actual attributes that he can bring to the team? We don't see it because of the fact we're not set up correctly. Do you know what I'm saying? So obviously, when it comes to moving forward with Ineos and the direction it looks like we're going in, if you can add him to the team and there's a whole plan around it, get some wingers, improve the midfield, improve the spine. So he's part of the spine, but improving the other parts of it, then I'm for it, man. I'll never say no to Toney. Always been a fan of him. Wouldn't want him to go to Arsenal. I know he'll cook there. He will 100% cook there. I know a lot of the Arsenal fans have forgotten the importance of Jesus because they've got other people scoring, but you can't forget the importance of him in a squad like that. You know, hold up play. He can play as a false nine, and he's just very like he's got multiple attributes. So I think he'll just definitely help the team. You know, we missed the likes of Marshall in terms of what Marshall brings to the team. So I think Toney will bring that plus more. You know, so yeah, man. I think he started off a bit slow, but you know he's been out for a long time, so you have to give him.
You know what it is with Toney as well. Just to add to what you're saying, yeah, he's probably like the most proven person you can bring in to make an impact straight away in the Prem, like striker-wise, with the potential to go and score your 20, 25 goals a season in a good system and a good team. Sorry, we don't have one of them, but hopefully we do in the future. But
that's why I look at it like in regards to because Corey made the point.
Flawless, how old is he?
Toney is 27, I think.
Oh, it's perfect age as well.
Yeah, like we spoke about players around him not creating for him, but that's any striker we sign. Because like our wingers, our team, forget our wingers, our team is not built to benefit the striker. This is why even when we've seen Hoyland go on his run and he got 6-6 or 7-6. How many of them goals were great team goals? I think it was just the Wolves goal.
Yeah,
and then when he scored at Villa where Maguire nodded it down. Like other than that, all the goals he made for himself. So whether it was a mistake, whether it's him just chasing down, whether it's individual brilliance, whatever the case may be. Yeah, man is saying in the chat, Toney's 28. So I thought it was 27, 28. I think this ties into what Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos need to do in terms of recruitment and the style of play and the system and bringing more players in because we need improvements all over the pitch. I think that's something we're all in agreement on. Cheek, what are you saying about it though? Ivan Toney, thoughts?
Yeah, I'm all for it. I kind of do. I will second like Corey's comment on the price tag because I feel like there are so many other positions that we do also need to prioritize, and I feel like if we're gonna drop 65 to 70 M's, we could look to get maybe a couple of different players in different positions, but not taking anything away from Toney and his quality. This guy's he has so many good attributes. Like he's a proper striker, can take set pieces. He would add a lot to our team. And we've been saying this too, like earlier on this season when we signed Hoyland, we did need a second striker. Because in games where, just in case Hoyland does get injured and the goals are dry, we have someone like Toney who could get us goals. And he's that type of player who could have that, those moments of brilliance and moments of magic, and he can do it himself. So Toney, I'm all for it 100%. I think that would be a very, very good signing for us. The only question that I have is how much money will he cost? That's the same thing.
If we get him, we're set for ages, we're set for time. We're set for like the next 3-4 years, light work, easy. Do you know what I'm saying? Yes, Danny, welcome back.
Yeah. I think Corey definitely made a good point.
Yeah, we can hear you, Danny.
Price
that's what I'm at with it. Even though I'm a big fan of it, it's like don't go and spend 80, 85, 90.
Yeah. I mean, 1 year left. Should you be paying more than 50? Should you really? Or 40?
To me, it should be max 60. I agree with you there, Leon.
Yeah.
With 1 year left,
bro. 1 year.
It should be back. It should be max 60 though. Don't get
Why are people saying 70? Has he got some clause that says you got to buy him for that, or is it just
no? That's just
wanting to hike the price up and make
that's just been the reports in regards to his value. They've been saying 70 M's, but I do agree with you in regards to 1 year left on his deal. It should be max to me 60. It shouldn't be anything 70, 80, 90 for anybody.
That's crazy.
Deal shouldn't be the way forward. And this is someone I'm a huge fan of. I've been saying this about Ivan Toney, but again, will Manchester United move smart? Like this summer will tell all.
The only thing that will hike the price up as well is, do you know, like when you go buy something and someone's already there offering more, and you're like, you bastard. Do you know what I mean? Just go away. Yeah. Like you go buy a car and some guy, like, you want to pay $5 for it, and the guy's there saying, I'll give you 7. You're like, you're a prick, Do you know what I mean? So it's
you know where we should be smart though, Leon? Let him go if that's the case. That could happen. Let's say Arsenal go in for him and they're saying, all right, we'll offer 80. All right, take him.
Yeah, because if it's not that option, the other option is, do you remember the kid was linked to from Dortmund? It was like 25 mil or something. That's the other option where we go buy 2 of them. Or is his name Makoko, whatever. Yusuf
Makoko, yeah.
Yeah, so like that's the other option. If we don't get like the proven guy, we got to go like maybe a £20 million guy. And then why don't we ever do what they do in Real Madrid and them teams do it, where they buy like some, like, when Arsenal bought Balogun and they just bought him cheap. Did they bring him through, or did he bought that kind of profile where was he brought through or was he bought, or I can't remember.
I'm not sure. They let us know about Balogun to Arsenal.
You get what I mean? That profile where you go like, look, 10 million, he's got mad potential, we've scouted him well. Do you know what I mean? If it don't work out, what are you going to do? Lose 10 mil? Why not?
No, that's fair. I hear what you're saying. Dan, what are you saying on it?
Yeah, man, like Toney. We know what we're getting with him, innit?
I
Premier
said
League proven.
Toney.
Yeah, big tone, you know what I mean? Fucking tone, mate. Go on, tone. Yeah, man.
I'm not gonna lie, Dan. I missed you a little bit still.
Oh, man.
No,
yeah, I
homo,
missed
but I
you
missed you a
too,
little bit,
Mr.
Oh,
Man-
that's nice, man. Oh,
Man
Mr.
came in and
Simp-
said,
Mr. Simp Leon.
Tony!
Saying that, man. I love
That's
you
a
too,
big tone.
Mr. Simp Leon. I love you too. But listen, Tony, we know what we're getting with that dude, innit? I agree with all you lot, what you lot are saying. When it comes to that money, end of the day, it's not my money, so I don't really care. But we need him. We need the depth up front. I was saying from time last, bruv, we didn't just need Hoyland, you know what I'm saying?
Facts, I agree with
So I hate the way Man United keep on scraping like we should have already signed 2 established strikers. Like, to be fair, should have been someone in the ilk of Kane alongside Hoyland. Do you know what I'm saying? But obviously finances, blah blah blah, whatever. But now we got Ineos. Let's see how we move, innit? Let's see how we move.
You know the other thing as well. You know what annoys me with this club? It seems like, and I said this before to you, fellas. It seems like over the last 5 to 6 years, we seem to have like 3 come in and 4 go out, and the squad just seems to get smaller.
You take a couple steps forward,
smaller and smaller. It's annoying. That's why this summer I'm cool with. You know, like what Corey made a good point about midfield. Everybody like proper clutches at like, oh, I really want one guy at 50 million and one guy at 60 million. I'm cool if we bring in 3 players at 30 million pound each. They're all competent, because then we can look at the squad at the end of next season and say, right, where do we strengthen? And then those guys go on the bench knowing that they can do 6, 7 out of 10s every week. Rather than we're always trying to buy like one player to just compensate like massive amounts of this team, which is just, it don't work, man.
We need 2 for each position. That's the way I see my football club to be run. 3 for each position. And
bro, I can't even lie. When you say 2, I mean, some positions require even more than 2. Like when we used to have like 4 certified strikers, bro, like at our disposal. You know what I'm saying? If you're a big team, you need that depth, bro.
Think about what Corey's saying there. Think about what Corey's saying. People would be like, "Oh, we got Mano, we're sorted." No, get competition again. Yeah.
How do you think Mano became so good? Because you've taken out certain players. You know, you can't. I need 2 for each position, as I said already. Kane. Originally, I wanted Kane, and I wanted Kane Hoyland. That would have been a bad boy duo. Then bring me. If Rashford gets sold, if Rashford doesn't get sold, I don't even care anymore. But Rashford and another winger to make this guy play. Like, Rashford is a certified starter. Why? Because there's no one else that can play left wing like that. That's the truth of the matter. Bruno Fernandes. We could generally see a better Bruno if someone came in to challenge this position. It may be
his ideas. That's true.
It may not happen. It may not happen. I don't know. But if we had someone else, if we bought Maddison, if we paid that little money that Tottenham made, Tottenham used to buy Maddison, we don't know what could be happening here. We could see some stuff. We could really see some stuff right now. But we failed to do that. So the next best thing is for our scouts, the new scouts that are coming in, to scout another cam and go get me that. I want to see, like, I'm not saying Man United go waste money, but I want to see Man United go and just pay 15, 20 M's. Go buy me this Brazilian, Norwegian, fucking whatever midfielder, bring him in, and show that my scouting is actually doing their job.
Big facts, man.
I haven't yet to see my scouting do their job yet. I haven't seen that. I've never seen that, if I'm being honest. I've generally not seen that. You can't tell me a player that you've bought for 10, 15 M's to come into my club and do something. You couldn't tell me one. Why is that?
Corey, do you think the scouts sit and get their paper in the morning there and they go, look, they've rumoured us with this. Maybe we don't need to go do the work, mate. We can just go in the paper. You know what I mean?
Come into work no more. They don't even come into work no more.
More, you mean like more Malacia type kind of deals, isn't it?
Yeah, you can't lose it. If Malacia don't work out, we don't lose anything. Like, he's all right.
You know, like, I want to see that. I want to see that type of scouting.
I'd love to see that.
Don't go and get me a player like Jude Bellingham and be like, yeah, he's gonna bang. You ain't scouted that. You haven't scouted that.
They're lazy, man. They're lazy.
It's very lazy.
Our scouts are basically Chat GPT, man. They're doing their dissertations and assignments. It's a joke.
Like, it's a joke. Go and get me someone that no one else knows. I don't want anyone to know him. I want you to go get me somebody that you have personally seen the potential in this person. You have scouted him from his younger years until now, and you know he's going to be a good player in the future. If he fails, then fair enough, he fails. You haven't paid a lot for him, so it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things.
No risk.
Don't go and buy me 50 M's of Fred and look and watch him be stinky for years.
Wait.
And
That's
then-
my guy still. That's my guy still. Relax.
That's
Sorry,
what I'm
sorry to
saying.
say,
Respect Pastor Fred.
Just an
But
example.
the price.
Example.
He's right with the
Just an
price. He's right with the
Yeah,
price.
like,
He's right with the price.
don't go and pay 50 M's for somebody and then they don't do as well as you expected, and then you hold your hands up like, it doesn't matter now. You know, we've kept him. You know, we kept him for 3 years. Now he's going to go on the free, and we're stuck in the same mud that we've been in for years. Go and do your job. That's what I expect Dan Ashworth, all these new people that are coming into my club to do. I have big expectations right now. There is my standards are so high for these new men coming in. They better perform because it's just going to be the same thing, same depressing 10, 15 years that we've been in.
Yeah. Now you're right. Like 100%, they need to absolutely do the business, and that's why I'm not hearing Eddie talk about, we need this project and process. I hate this because that just gives projects and process just gives you an excuse
Trust
to do
the process,
shit.
you know.
It just gives you an excuse and a reason to be bad for 2 to 3 years, and there's never actually any goal. Notice that. No one, whenever anyone says project or process, there's no end goal. All right, so
you know what the cold part is?
Go on, Eddie. Go.
When they speak about that trust the process shit, right? Okay. Where it originated at in the NBA, the team never won a goddamn championship.
Was it the 76ers?
It was the Sixers. It was the Sixers. They ain't won shit. They ain't been out the second round, and we talking about trust the process. Fuck the process. That's how I say it.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I'm gonna be real. Like, even with the Toney thing, it's kind of like it's up in the air because I'm just like, you spent all that money on Hoyland for him to compete with a player like Toney, but if we gonna call a spade, Toney's a far better player than Hoyland is right now.
Yes,
so I wouldn't even see it as a competition. I would just see it as Hoyland, you becoming like our cup striker. You pretty much.
But that's what
he's
needs to be done.
Like, okay, you don't want him to run. You want competition. But if I was to do that, like, it would be an older striker who I think would have to understand that he's just here to provide support to Hoyland, if that's who they believe in. Because again, you spent 70 to 80 million on the brother, so he's gonna have to get his run of games. And then if you got Toney coming in, Tony's not looking to be like that second dude. Tony's looking to be the apex striker.
Facts.
So if you want to make the commitment to Toney, I'm with that. But then it's like, well, shit. We just wasted a whole year with this youth just for him to sit on the bench most of the season. That's the only thing.
Well, Eddie, here's the thing, yeah. Why not play them both together? We never play two strikers together, ever. Do you know what I mean?
I think to your point, Leon, a lot of it would depend on the manager that comes through.
Yeah,
and the system. Style, if that was a part of his system,
I just don't think
formation and style.
Play two strikers.
It don't necessarily have to be two strikers. How about Hoyland wide right?
Yeah, he can play wide right easy. That he's got all the attributes to play wide right, definitely.
As an option. But again, it ties into what you just said, Leon. Sorry to cut you off, Dan. How does the new manager want to sell? There's so many questions going into this summer. That's what it is. But again, I get what you're saying, Eddie, in regards to Hoyland and the big money we spent. That's the last regime. If we can get a better player, which Ivan Toney is, at the right price, get him. If Hoyland has to hold bench, guess what? Step your game up when you get your chance. We talk about competition for places. That's what this is now. Because Ivan Toney, if he comes in, knows, right, if I don't play well, Hoyland is there. Hoyland now knows with Ivan Toney there, I might not see pitch. And this is what we want, competition for places. And I'm all.
Tony's another guy as well that will cost Bruno as well. You know, and Bruno does dumb shit, so I'm here for it, man. It will cost. He ain't gonna put with the Bruno. Bruno's like, and then you're supposed to be here. No, you're it. You know what I mean? So yeah,
it happened. It
happened. Do you think that like players?
Yeah, go on, Eddie. Go on.
Do you think players in this generation have that kind of mentality though? That's my thing. Like a lot of these dudes is soft. A lot of these dudes is soft, right? Their egos is fragile. The littlest thing will set them off, maybe down a bad path of form. And I just don't know with how he's been kind of held up to such a high standard, how he deal with having a guy like Toney come in and really challenge him for his position. That's my whole thing. Like,
I get you, but
yeah, that's where I'm at with it.
I hear you, and you are right in regards to maybe it does affect him. But guess what? If it does, I don't want you here. If you can't handle competition at Manchester United and that causes you to fall off and your game to fall apart, I don't want you here. Dip. If Hoyland, I'm not saying he will or he won't, but let's say hypothetically what you're saying is true, Eddie, which could be the case. And we signed Ivan Toney. Hoyland kicks up a fuss. He's sulking. His form dips. He clearly don't want to be here. He clearly don't want the competition. Guess what? I don't want you here. When the going gets tough, it's a problem. So what happens when we in a tough game? Yeah, what happens when we in a tough game and our backs against the wall? You gonna fold? You gonna fold when the pressure?
Of course.
I definitely think he's got the mentality. I think he's got a good
that is the number one thing
I don't know, man.
for the club.
I
think going forward.
I don't know.
I don't think we can say definitely because we don't. We hasn't been
That's
tested
my
that
thing.
much. Yeah.
You guys have to look at it like this though. Look at the team he's coming to though, bro. That alone is a lot, bro. Some of these players that are here now can't even hack it, and he's doing all right. All the scrutiny he's already been through, the memes and that. Some of these players haven't even been through half of that.
Yeah, I get that.
I feel like he's done so far so good, isn't it? So far.
Yeah, I think what I'm saying right now, maybe Eddie's on the same wavelength here, is like the better we get, the more pressure there is. So let's see. I don't want to say things too soon.
Yeah,
There's a lot of things, but at the same time, I'm not saying he's weak. I'm just saying I don't know. Do you know what I mean? So
like it's all good. It's all good screwing up as a kid when you got a whole bunch of screw ups around you. We'll let you grow. We'll let you fail. We'll give you a bit of grace. Like, you know what? He's a kid. You feel me? Like
you break it up a bit, Eddie.
Huh? Oh, my fault. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, yeah, because of the situation that this team currently finds themselves in, he can screw up. He can go, what was it, 10 straight Premier League games without scoring a goal, and people 100%. Say, like, oh, yeah, it's okay. He'll get there. He'll be there. Now, let's say it's next season, and we're in the midst of showing ourselves to be a very, competitive team. We're saying that we can compete with Arsenals and the Liverpool and the Man Cities, and he's not cutting weight. Yeah. The scrutiny will be a lot worse.
Yeah,
and then you add a starts bagging goals. Shit, we're not even gonna speak on him no more. And like you said, shit, we can get him up out of here. So that's my only thing. Like, do I appreciate Toney as a player? Yeah. Would I take him over Hoyland? Yeah. I'm just thinking like what the club is gonna look like and like how they're gonna look at it, because in addition, like the fans love him. So does this new regime want to start on the wrong foot maybe with the fans if they get him up out of here quicker than they might like? I don't know. I just don't know. That's it.
Yeah, I hear you, but that ties into what I've said previously and spoke about in regards to the new regime. Fuck the fans. You know what I'm saying? You lot do your job. That's what needs to be done. Don't care about what we think and what players we want to play and
you're the experts
and who we don't. Exactly. Yeah. You lot are paid thousands upon thousands of pounds a week. You man are millionaires.
So what are you saying, Flawless? If they keep Ten Hag, what are you saying? They're the expert. They think Ten Hag.
Well, that's your. If they keep Ten Hag, that tells me all I need to know. That these people are like the last.
I think Ten Hag's the last thing we should be looking at. If I'm being honest,
say that again.
I think Ten Hag's the last thing we should be looking at because, like, I want my club to have a style of play by itself. Do you know what I mean? And then bring the manager in to fit my club style of play. Do you know what I mean? So I think Ten Hag should be the last thing I'm looking at. I want my players to be looking at. I want my club to be looking at certain players, bringing them in because they know that the next manager they bring in will fit the club's ethos.
Yeah,
we don't have that right now because our club doesn't have a style of play because our owners didn't know, like, they can't think that far into the future. So this is why I'm expecting Ineos to actually develop a style of play for the club rather than develop a style of play by bringing in a manager, if that makes sense.
Corey, I said the same thing. Do you know what? That's why people are like, every week, obviously we're more level-headed, but most fan bases are like, oh my God, Southgate, oh my God, this, oh my God, that, paper talk, yeah. And a part of that might be Ineos putting the feelers out because I don't fully trust them because they have a 25% stake and they are enabling the Glazers still. But I think like I never expected them to make a decision on the manager right now. Why would you upset the apple cart right now? I think it is your apple cart. They've got other things in the background. I feel like Ten Hag is such a
flip
small...
the apple cart. It needs to be flipped. They need to flip that.
The point is, you're right.
Yeah,
but my point is, Ten Hag is such a small thing in the big scheme of everything. So I feel like right now, I would like them to do what they did when they signed Omar Barada. I would like them to just keep working behind the scenes, keep announcing things that we don't know anything about. Because I'm sick of hearing link to this, link to that, link to that, link to that, link to that, link to that. Ruined. We've done that for years. I'd rather just be like, remember when Malassi came and we didn't even know and he just came? I want that with every signing. So the same with like the manager. Go do what, hopefully they're doing what their due diligence behind the scenes. And then 10 August, the last piece where they go, right, the season's pretty much done now, or it's in the summer. Boom, time to go. I don't need all this. Ineos has sat down, reviewing talks with 10 Hag. Do you know what I mean? This season's already been horrible. Like, why? It's been horrible, man. So I don't want to add to it anymore.
For me, it's simple. Like, I just want them to talk their shit. You're trying to go and get all these top people in these top positions, then start moving like it in the summer. Like one thing I don't want us to do is get scammed by other clubs again and again, like how we have in the past. Like if we're trying to go and get this whole structure and this whole department for dealings and stuff like that, then all right, do it. Like I'm all for this Toney signing. Yes, he'll improve our team a lot, but I don't want us to get scammed and pay way much than we were supposed to pay for a signing like this. Like I don't want us to be linked with a player like Frankie de Jong for like 2 years and then all of a sudden just go to Casemiro out of nowhere. Like just shit like that. Like I want us to have a clear plan about what we're going to do. Sit down with the manager, talk to the manager, be like, all right, these are the profiles of players that we want to get, and try to go out and get those signings for a reasonable amount. I just want us to move like that.
Sheik, realistically, they're not going to go for Toney. If this whole structure has completely changed in that, they don't want to go into bidding wars with the English tax and all that. They're going to do what you're saying. They're going to, hopefully, from the looks of it, they're going to unearth all of these promising players and their scouting's going to do their job. So we won't need to look for guys like Toney.
You know what, Danny? At the same time, though, they might do, you know, when you go in first with an offer and say, look, you kind of try and...
Yeah, they'll be more shrewd, hopefully.
But that's what it should be in regards to, I agree. We shouldn't get
all we're going to pay. We've got a list here already of people. If you don't take it.
It should be that. It should be, all right, we say hypothetically, we say, all right, United do want Toney. Okay, our price point, let's say it's 55 million, for example. We do not go beyond that. So then there is no bidding war. He's got a year left on his deal. This is our offer. There's no more. And then what it should be, tying into what Corey was talking about with the style of players, it shouldn't be get me Ivan Toney. It should be Ivan Toney is the profile of striker we want. That's for the new manager or whoever it should be. And then you go down the list. Because Ivan Toney is not the only striker who performs in that match. Is he a quality striker? Don't get me wrong. Ivan Toney's a bad boy striker. I've said this already. Would love to see him here. However, it should be profiles. It should be profiles over names. Too many times we do the names over profile thing. It's get me such and such. No. Get me a striker like Ivan Toney. For all the things Ivan Toney does well, there's other strikers who do that type of thing. So again, it ties back into the scouts. Hey, how about you lot go and do your job? And going on there, some players. I
just think, is Toney a signing for Ten Hag because Ten Hag wants him, or is this a signing that the club actually want? Because it's all great and all you going out on a limb and signing somebody because your manager says, "Oh, if we sign him, we're going to be great." Why are you not signing players after the manager's gone?
Yes,
because they're still going to be there in the very end. You will go first, and now we're stuck with these players. You know, so with that, like. That's my little issue. I don't want to be signing players because Ten Hag wants them. I want to be signing players because Manchester United want them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, do you know why Corey's right? Ten Hag's like the gal that just keeps cheating and you keep giving it.
Literally, bro.
You know what I mean? Literally. It's horrible, man. I am not trusting you again, man. Do you know what I mean? Or they're like, you give her like, do you know what I'm saying? You go give her like £100 to go like food shopping. She comes back with like £2. It's like, no, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, no, man. Why did they even give you the money? Like, you know.
I don't think they'll sanction these type of deals. Like, I don't know if you lot saw what Ratcliffe said the other day about Mbappe in it. They were like, would you sign Mbappe? He's like, nah, we're gonna create the next one and that. So obviously that's what you should be doing.
I'm trying to get both though. That's the only thing.
Yeah, do you know what it is?
Yeah, but it's the cherry on top, innit? It's the cherry on top. You get everything in place.
You ain't out here trying to get Mbappe. The fuck you come here for?
if Mbappe wanted to come to Manchester United, just know Ineos are breaking their arms and legs to get the brother in. I'm not.
Yeah.
I think
especially
I rather fall.
Especially when it's a 3. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he's at a transfer fee. If you don't put if you don't say, all right, at least offer the man a contract and have a conversation when he's available on a free, that's just foolish. You don't necessarily have to sign it.
Summer?
Yes, I swear it's a free this summer. Is he not available on the free?
I think
yeah,
so.
It's a
I think so.
Yeah, his contract runs out. Yeah, it's a free. See, look at Leon.
That's crazy.
Wait,
yeah.
It's actually a free.
Yeah.
That's mad.
I swear it's a 3. Because he didn't sign a new deal. Hey, chat, let me know if I'm wrong. It's either a free or
he's definitely agreed to go Real Madrid.
A free or a year left.
Yeah, he's definitely agreed to go Real Madrid. When he
agreed. Of course, he's definitely but at least have the conversation is the target. There's no harm whatsoever in having the conversation. Yeah, of course.
We ain't in that position, to be honest.
We can't dream right now.
That's what, if they were to pull off something like that, that would be crazy.
But we can't dream.
You know what? You can dream. We're Man United. We can attract
why can't we
anybody
dream
at the right
time. What's the worst that could happen? Is he goes, no, I'm going Real Madrid. All right, you're in the exact same situation.
Stephen King had a dream.
70 million. We spent 70 million.
Nah, Flawless, what a dream.
I ain't trying to hear.
Eddie, what'd you say?
We spent 70 million on Hoyland, dog. I ain't trying to hear. That's what we spent 70 million on.
We're changing our ways now, bro.
You
know what, though?
Fuck all that. Pay up.
That will change everything. The whole club will change.
Yes.
That will put us on a new pedestal. What? Mbappe at my club?
Because he's not just a name signing and a brand signing and profile. He's actually a quality player. It's not like you're solely, yes, you get all of the PR and everything that comes along with it, but he's actually a quality player on the pitch. It's not like signing Ronaldo. It's not like when we just signed Ronaldo.
The shirt sales would pay for the transfer rapid anyway. We know that. So
yeah, oh yeah.
We would be the new Real Madrid.
You need to relax.
Real United.
Hey, I'm just saying we gotta start moving big, dog. Like that's the thing with this.
Bro, moving big, is what we just spoke about, bro. Shake up the whole thing by 4 quality players that we need. You know what I'm saying? Rather than go out and just sign this Galactico guy.
We need
9, 10.
We do.
We need Flawless on the board, man.
But we can do a lot.
Yo, Cubby, you're blessed. You, man.
Bro, if we get the 4 right players, then it can go a long way, mate.
No,
you know what I'm
I
saying?
hear you. No. Dan, I hear you in regards to, because obviously we're not going to sign Mbappe. But my point is, when yes, you have your model and you have your idea and you have your philosophy and how you want to approach things, you have to be adaptable. There has to be exceptions to that rule. And if Mbappe is available, all I'm saying is you have the conversation. Surely you have the conversation. It's Mbappe. A big up to Mont in the chat. He says, "What, like Varane and Sancho?" Yeah, Varane's been quality, but hold
on. This is big. This is Big P's talking. Liverpool, you got to pay to play. I know y'all don't know that over there, but this is Big P's talking. You dig? So go ahead, have that bake sale. Maybe you get somebody who's more affordable than Endo and come chat to us. We spending big bucks over here. Don't do that.
It's the big boy table.
So like that's it in regards to it. Yes, you have to be adaptable, and Dan, I agree. Like we should have a set model, and this is the type of player we're approaching and how we do business. But when certain players become available of a certain caliber, you have to. Why would you not? The worst thing he says is, "I'm going Real Madrid." All right, okay, we kind of know this, but who knows if like that deal fell through or it was like it makes sense. But hey, we move.
Like if it was Osimhen that's talking about, then we got a problem. But because it's Mbappe, yeah, I'm with that.
There has to be and to me, he's the
Flawless. You're right, yeah, but it can't be like a De Jong situation, for example.
No.
They'll be like, as soon as they say no, they'll move on, isn't it? Like
yes, but that ties back into what we spoke about before, Dan, in regards to it shouldn't have been all right. Go and get De Jong. De Jong is quality and a profile. Get me somebody. De Jong's not the only player who plays midfielder that plays like De Jong.
Exactly.
But we acted like he was the only one. Like to the Gyal analogy, you acted like that's the only Gyal out there. It's like no.
And then we sent our homies that got no game to go chat to the chick. That's what happened. That's what happened with the young. We said, oh boy, I forget old boy's
We
name.
said
that
Ryan,
had
man.
no
We said Ryan, fam. We said Ryan.
Yeah, he said
Ryan, man.
thirsty,
Fuck up
brother.
the
Hello,
deal,
Ryan,
yo.
man. Hello, Ryan, man.
We said Ryan to go do the deal.
Man's
yo.
a star, man.
I'm Ryan get thrown under the bus.
What are you saying, Eddie?
He
We
was
said
like,
the only
he was
brother
like,
with
we
this.
was like, yo, go talk to him. He start walking,
Yeah.
his knees start buckling, the cup start shaking, the drinks getting all over the place. That's who we went to go set to go chat to.
Eddie, what are you saying? We sent the one guy with the suit and the braces on and that and the bow tie and the little dicky.
Yeah, man, and the bow tie crooked, suit buttons all out of place, his shoes squeaking. Oh,
Yeah, trust
man,
me.
it was all bad, bro. It was all bad.
Proper shit flippers on, crazy. You know what though? Danny's got a good point though, because I've been talking about this year. You can be smart this summer. There has to be a balance between you buying potential players, free transfers, guys that are within the 20-30 million pound market, and then maybe a couple in there as well. And that's how I see us getting the most success out of this window. Like, people are proper dismissing, going, oh, I'd never sign Ross Barkley and things like that, yeah? To give Ross Barkley a 2 or 3 year deal while you're in transition before you get to the next stage where you're better, it's not the worst thing. Or players of that ilk where it's like mature, they're like, do you know what I mean? They're ready to play and they're free transfers. I mean, at the end of the day, like, we have such poor quality in this squad, 4, 5, 6 players that can play 7 out of 10 every week. It will game change us.
It will, definitely. The problem I have with that, and it ties back into our saying process, is like, we should be aiming to win now. That's why I don't like transition and process.
You know it's not going to be that.
No. You can't. No. But I'm not talking Premier Leagues and Champions League, Leon. I'm talking domestic cups.
Oh, I think we can with them kind of players.
Maybe in the Europa League. All right, that's fair enough. But to me, we should be building towards Premier League and Champions League. Will
Next season, we should be winning the Europa League. And we should
Yeah.
be comfortably in the top 4. To be honest with you, the way the season's gone this year, we could have been top 3 if we had a competent manager.
If we had a manager who was half decent.
The league's not as good as it used to be.
Yeah.
So
I like that ties into
We
it.
definitely still be in the Champions League as well.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
When you look at the quality of the Champions League, it's not great, and that goes to show how bad we are. Because the quality is not great.
Flawless. The teams at the top of the table are on 64 points at the moment. That's not really like a out and out outstanding Premier League. Do you know what I mean? So it's open more. So yeah.
I hear what you're saying. Before we continue, before we continue, there's over 130 people in here. Let's run up the likes, people. We're only at 57 likes. Let's get up to 90 likes, people. Run up the likes. Like check 1212. Hit the subscribe button. Roll to 11k. We are closing in on 11k. We're like 300 and something.
Oh, really?
Away from 11k already. Yeah. So we gonna hit 11k shortly, people. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to all the ManDem. The links are underneath in the description to everybody's channel as well. And you got this Joke Man Months in the channel. You'll see Corey over there as well. Make sure you subscribe to Big Six Band. I need to add that over there. Well, yeah, it's moving on. I'm sure we'll talk about the ownership and Ineos and Ratcliffe because it's a talking point. Go to you first, Leon. These Southgate links, do you believe them? We'll go there.
Oh my God.
Do you believe them? We have to talk about it, unfortunately.
Leaf
out. Do you know like certain, I've clocked certain people's names, like surnames or names, you just have to have a moment to be like, just process it. Like the word Ten Hag, the word Southgate, just have to have a breather for a sec. Southgate, do I believe them? No. However, I don't trust. I think you said it the other day, Flawless. I don't trust Ineos 100%. I'm not stupid enough to be like, they've come in and everything's going to change, a new stadium and this and that. You have to show me. You have to show me. Like, I'm not just going to believe you. So how could they, as a probability, bring Southgate in? Of course, it could be they could do it. If they do,
Ineos out, man.
Now, the other thing that goes through my head as well is, would I rather keep Ten Hag or would I rather have Southgate? I'd probably stick with Ten Hag, and that's painful. That's like that's how bad I don't rate Southgate. Would anybody here swap and say I'm sick of Ten Hag, I'll try Southgate, or would you just stick?
I'd rather we do a player manager thing. I'm not gonna lie, player manager. Give one of the players which one of you wants to manage? That's what I'd say.
I'm not gonna lie, I'd be tempted to bring McPherson back. That's how.
Give it away. Me. I want Southgate in.
All right, go on. Let's go
Really?
here. Unpopular opinion.
For
Let's
real?
see this. Sell me on this
don't do
Rhino, man.
this, Rhino.
He's been
Don't
drinking the
do
Kool-Aid,
this.
man.
Don't do
Let's
this.
go,
Rhino,
Rhino,
what
man.
What do you say?
Kool-Aid, man.
I
He's
want
been
Southgate
drinking the
in. I
Kool-Aid.
want Southgate in.
Go on,
You're
Rhino.
moving.
I want in jail. Not
Ah,
even I would
let
choose.
that,
I
let that.
want.
What,
Crazy.
in jail or in the
Yeah,
club?
football jail.
Nah,
That's
this
what I
is-
want Southgate in. Football jail. That's what I wanted. Thank you, Corey.
got-
Corey,
you got me.
Corey knew straight away. I like that. Southgate needs to go to football prison. That's where he needs to go.
Yeah.
That's what I
Heart
want
attack.
him
You nearly gave me an heart attack.
Nah, me
So
too. I'm
bad.
out here
Oh,
punching at my chest, dog.
You know what it
And
is?
the man that
Heart
was-
attack, man.
It's the choice flawless
Neil
between two
Buchanan,
cowards, in my opinion. They're two cowards because when,
Yeah, I
when
think
we
it's
need
awful.
to actually like go and play the right way or go for it in a game. I know everybody's like, I know half of the singing section in United and do you know what I mean, the top reds and people who run over channels are over the moon because we beat Liverpool and now the season's revolutionized and changed and all that. Yeah, but they forget the year sample size that we've had before, which has been utter rubbish. So it's like, can we just find someone who's got like, do you know what I mean? Who's got the cojones, someone that can actually do something. Do you know what I'm saying? Actually risk it and stuff like that. Because like really and truly, these men are cowards. Because if any of us start hide at United, and it doesn't work out, well, we'd go for it, wouldn't we? Like at the end of the day, like you paid huge money, you're on the big stage. Like, what's the worst that's gonna happen? You're gonna go manage a West Ham or a Florentina, or do you know what I mean? You're gonna go down a level, like. So it's the thing. But do I believe him? No, I'm going to go with no, but there's a bit in the back of my head that's like, if they do it.
Yeah, because we've been, obviously, it's Manchester United. So the same way we get linked to every player under the sun during the summer, it's going to happen with managers as well.
I think
We've
it's
been
going to
linked
be
to
stretched
a
through the
manager.
whole summer, by the way.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, because it's Southgate, Inzaghi, Zidane, Nagelsmann, De Zerbi. Am I missing anyone?
Just think about how
loads.
ready salted
Yeah,
the name is as well. You got
loads.
Inzaghi, you got Zidane. You're like, oh, these men sound proper rare, and you go Southgate. Do you know what I mean?
Southgate,
Like,
yeah, man.
No, it is
I don't
ManDem,
think
yeah.
it's true, you know. I don't
think it's true. I don't think it's
Okay,
true
man.
as well.
Remember, we got linked. We was looking for a striker. We got linked to Arnautovic, yeah, and everyone just went nuts. We were like, are you dumb? Like, what do you think you're doing? And they purposely didn't sign. They were like, no, like the fans didn't want him. You know what I mean? Like, I think this is the same case. It would be a PR disaster. An absolute disaster.
The fan base would crash.
More than about 70% of the club, like fans, do not want this brother in. There's a weird little Brexit 30 that want that.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately for me, and everyone, I think the majority of people, it would be mad. It would be absolutely mad. And I don't think Ineos wanna
that smoke,
do
bro.
something like that so early, like something controversial so early. I think they just wanna appease the fans. Because this is their first window. You can't sign Southgate on the first window. You can't. Do that.
That's it.
And
Like,
I
I already
think
have
for
my
me-
doubts over these men as it is anyway. And if they go get Southgate, I'm like, all right, you man ain't serious. If they keep Ten Hag, I'll go get Southgate. I'm like, all right, you man ain't serious. Do I believe
That's
the
the
Southgate
thing
links?
with
No,
the,
I don't. Go on, Eddie.
Eddie, can I ask you a
Because
question? Or the
it's-
ManDem, yeah? Do man think they're doing it to raise the profile of the club? Do man think they're doing that? Like what the Glazers used to do, just put things out?
I think it's just reporters and people. One thing, if you mention Manchester United in a rumor, automatically you're gonna get a response.
views
Like
You're gonna get a
Corey
whole bunch
mentioned,
of clicks.
Arnautovic, you link us to anybody. So any player who's not of a certain quality or any manager, if we're looking for a manager at that standpoint, you are going to get clicks, you are going to get views, and you are going to engage reaction. That's what's
I don't
always
think it's
gonna
coming
happen.
from the club this time.
Yes.
And I think now we're gonna see changes where it's not gonna all these things that come out, they're not gonna be from the club. Whereas maybe in the past they would put out certain things. But I think now
think it's like what it's gonna be real telling about Omar's voice in the entire process.
Talk about it.
Because you have the title as CEO. So it's all gonna fall at your doorstep. I understand that Sir Jim put the bid in, but I think they've been pretty clear that the buck stops with Omar, and then Ashford if he comes through, and the other people he's brought through. So it'll tell. Will I be Ineos out? I already don't trust him because again, you gave the Glazers all that money just to be sitting at the table, so it lets me know what you about.
Yeah.
And when you look at how they've done in other aspects or other different sports, like I've heard they haven't necessarily been at the top of the food chain, but they've been competitive. So I still have my questions, but with the Southgate thing, bro, I'm leaning on the side that it's just the reporter trying to get his Twitter profile up, get some clicks, and he understands that
Oh, who is the
Southgate
source, by the way?
Exactly.
Well,
That's
that
the
he's
thing is, there
French.
was
Who is
no
the source?
reliable source. Everybody just went crazy.
Yeah.
Someone just said something about Ratcliffe is
Yeah.
friends with Southgate or something.
and that was
Yeah.
all they
Okay.
needed to run with.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so that's
Everybody
my
had
Let me
thing.
say
Like
something, yeah. I don't think
he's the most polarizing like manager, I think, in that area of the world, just because like every year I hear people talking about this England squad of the talent and how they've always underachieved. And so yeah, I can't see it, but shit, if he does it, then that's the first and final nail in this coffin for me. I'll be real.
I
Real
think it's
talk.
early.
Imagine him in
April
press
source.
conferences. It'd be so boring. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I think
Hey,
for
the
me,
moment I hear that, I see that
Go on.
tweet that Fabrizio said Southgate to United, here we go, or some
Yeah,
shit
it's
like
done.
that.
It's
I'm
done.
in
I give up.
out
Like,
from that day
yeah.
onwards. I'm out.
I retire from everything.
But you know what it is?
Like,
I'm not. I
alright,
wouldn't
yeah.
be Ineos out. I'd be like Barada out because you can't tell me. You can't
Talk
tell
about
me
it.
that this brother's coming in. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's being hyped up. Like, right, we got Barada
From City as well.
City, all this and that to go to Southgate. Oh
Yeah.
no.
From Pep to Southgate.
I hear
You
you.
cannot
I
fool
hear
me.
you.
I'm on Barada. I'm on anyone that's sanctioned to do. I can't be on Sergio because I don't think he's involved in that type of stuff. He just pays the money, makes his money, and does what he does best.
Mhm.
Barada, Dan Ashworth, all them man, get out.
Yeah,
Get
so
out.
everybody that co-signed
Look
it
at
that didn't stand up to it. Like, if and again, people
Yeah.
just to clarify, do I believe it's going to happen? No, I think it is just rumors. But let's talk about it. You're already on the clock anyway, because I have my doubts over Ineos regardless. It's not like it's the new regime coming in and I was all for it. And I was like, I like this. The fact that you man will sit down, Eddie mentioned it, with the Glazers. I'm just like,
man's already on
already
edge
tired.
because we didn't
Yes.
fully sell the club. I'm already
Yes.
on. It's already
Yeah.
with
Already a
touching.
bit.
I'm not really caring.
They've got a lot to prove, man. Do you know what I mean? So
Oh, hell of a lot. You know what I'm saying? A hell of a lot to prove. And yes, Omar Barad is a great appointment, and everyone else we've been linked with, because it's actually footballing people, is all well and good. The talks of a new stadium, fantastic. New facilities, fantastic. Jim Ratcliffe has actually actually spoke very well in regards to his interviews at the club. Like, he surprised me, but actions now. Like, you're on the clock. Like, this summer is like, will tell us all the questions I have, and I have many. You're on the clock now. In regards to how we deal with, say, like an Ivan Toney. Like, even though I want Ivan Toney, if we go spend 100 million, I'm like, I know it ain't changed. If we just, I'm saying, we bid him one, it's like, and that's a player I rate highly, but there needs to be a better approach to these things. And Corey, you mentioned about a clear style of play. Yeah, go on, Randall.
We need to be careful as well, because if we sit here, I spoke about it earlier on with my show of Traps, and Traps made a good point. Like, if you sit here, you say you prefer Ten Hag over Southgate, you have to be careful with them kind of comments, Car. If they kind of use that like as a narrative to keep Ten Hag, because I've been doing a lot of research, and I feel like if Ten Hag scrapes the FA Cup and we get top 4, top 5 or whatever, it's possible, they might want to keep him for a year while they deliberate and see what going. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that could happen that we don't want. But if we say we'd rather Ten Hag, you have to look at it like this.
I ain't saying all that. I'm saying get rid
if
of
someone says
Ten Hag or go get somebody who has quality.
Yeah, get rid of both. But if you're going to sit here and say you rather Ten Hag, you have to be careful, because it means that there's a part of you that can settle for him. So that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
That's a pointless argument.
I think Ten Hag.
It's not a pointless argument. If you're sitting, let me finish, Corey. If you're sitting
to even
here,
say, who would you prefer? Neither, bro. Like, no.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Oh, yeah. But I'm just saying that if you put that in your mind,
the narratives that people can run with and so on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You have to be careful. Trust me. It's mad though. But yeah, go on, Corey. Sorry, what was you saying? Sorry, bro.
No, I was just saying that Ten Hag's the last thing on the list, because at the end of the day,
Yeah, what you said earlier.
As I said already, Ineos should be looking to have a style of play like without Ten Hag. Like, I think if Pep leaves City, there's still like
they still play that way.
Have their style of play. They know, because they can bring in someone else that may not play exactly how Pep plays, but they have like similar traits. Do you know what I mean? We don't have that right now. We don't have a style.
No, but I think he has to go at the same time. Even you're saying he's at the back of the thing, he needs to still go.
But I think it's both though, Corey. I agree with you partly in regards to we need to have a style of play. What I want is
but
just
Ten
to
Hag
go
won't
and get
follow that style of play.
yeah,
bro.
go get a manager who implements that. So that should all be a part of one. We need to do.
I think what Corey's saying is the last piece. He's the last one.
That's
the last one. Yeah. Not that that's not considered, but he's the last. Like you don't need to let you do what you're doing because you're already messing up. Like you can't get any worse. Do you know what I mean? Well, you can get worse.
Like, I think we should say identity. We want an identity at the club.
We don't have
and
one.
that will come with a style of play.
We don't have one. The only identity we've
is,
had is Sir Alex Ferguson. That's not an identity. We've never had like a proper identity in it.
And the thing is, that's because obviously back then it wasn't really like a system game like that, whereas now football is a system game, and that's what it lies into in regards to having a clear identity, a clear style of play, and it should be outside of the manager. But what they should be doing alongside, because they just need to decide, pick a style of play. I've said this before. I say I don't care what the style of play is. Everybody from Barada, everybody involved from the recruitment team, DOF. Okay, let's say they say, all right, we're gonna play tiki taka. Let's say for argument's sake, it's that. All right, you identify in regards to who in the current squad can play that and who can't.
Yeah.
Then you identify managers who play tiki taka, and then you go from there. So it's like, all right, Ten Hag move to the side, go get a manager in who plays that style, and then even if it doesn't work with that manager, you then go and get another manager who plays tiki taka. Yeah, like
I would argue.
I need to pull up one thing you said. We do care about the style of play because don't tell me you were going to play Burnley ball because I can't take it.
I'm not. You know what? I'm not. You know what wants to play successful football. That's what I understand. I don't care.
I don't even. I want exciting ball still. I don't want the lofting.
You know what's exciting to me, Leon, and when I watch Manchester United winning. That's what's exciting.
No, don't lie though, because when you sit there for 90 minutes and we just scrape, it's horrible, bro. It's horrible.
So who's the last manager to play that kind of football and actually be successful? Because Simeone's gotten to the point where he's actually playing football. When you look at the top 3 teams in this league who they actually play football, right? De Zerbi's in contention because he plays football. I just think we're getting past the point. And honestly, keep it a buck. We've been playing Burnley football.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why I would argue back on the counter.
Yeah,
we've been that ugly dude just trying to make it work. Like, no, fam, we need to get out of that.
But again, Eddie, obviously my preference would be because you're right in regards to when we spoke.
But I hear your overall point that you don't care how it is as long as it's winning.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I'm just at the point where we've been so long without one. Pick one. You might not go live by your decision, die by your decision. Would I prefer us to play more offensive football and be on the front foot? Yes. But if they decide to go another route, I can't sit here and say, forget the fans, and they go another route, and I go, nah, get them out. Whatever you choose to do, please just stick with it the whole way. So even if they do decide to play a more pragmatic approach, do I think that's the wrong
I'll be right back.
idea? Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, I'm trying to
that's the wrong
understand
idea. Yes, but stick with it. Pick players for it.
And also,
pick a manager
change something. We've been doing the same thing.
That's what I was gonna get to.
I'll be honest. I don't want to be seeing no pass. Like, I'm not with it. Like, I'm not with that. Like, respectfully,
like Eddie would say, if I wish Eddie was still here, he'd be like, 1,000 passes for nothing.
Yeah, I'm not with that. Like, dare I say it, but I want more Liverpool type of play where I'll press the hell out of a team and I'll go bag some goals. Like, that's what I'm with. I don't want no Arsenal, Man City type beat where I'm just passing it. Like, I'm not with that. I've never enjoyed that type of football, personally.
I get you.
You know what I mean? Like,
can I ask you lot something?
Before you go, go on, Sheik. What was you going to say?
Go on,
yeah. Like, I also, like, I agree that we should have, like, a style of play and all that stuff, but I also do hear Flawless on the results part of it. I also do want, like, a coach where if some style or certain style is not working out, you have the balls to change it.
Yeah,
like, you have
adaptability.
You mix it up.
This is what I'm saying. The Ten Hag has the power to do that. He could have done that.
One of our biggest complaints of Ten Hag is that he don't change anything. We lost 7-0 to Liverpool. He came out with the same lineup the next game. So it's like, you don't change anything, bro. Like, what are you doing? It's just like, go on.
But that's why I'm trying to understand Corey's point. What do you mean the last piece? Like, he needs to go now, bro.
So basically, I think what Corey's saying is like you've got so many. Like you're setting up, like basically, right? Yeah, you're a building company. You're setting up a framework to build like a new housing estate. Yeah, but the site managers, like, or whoever, like one of the joiners or something, is not that. No, what would I say? Probably the site manager's not that good. The guy that walks around with the clipboard. You still go and get all the materials in, get all the key people there, the people who are above them, the people that are below them, all sorted. And then because this guy, you feel like right now, if you sack him right now, he's going to start sabotaging the houses in it. Like he's literally just going to start ripping them down. He's going to start, do you know what I mean, disrupting your projects and stuff like that. So you put plans, like for example, Danny, if they sack him at the end of the season, but they've already got a manager in place, the style in place, the people to recruit the players, and they've already scouted and they know who they're going for. What benefit do you get out of telling him now? It's hardly any of the season left. You don't get any benefit out of doing it now.
Because to Corey's point, we need the hierarchy in to pick the next manager.
Yeah,
so the fact that we don't have a DOF, a technical director, if they do change head of recruitment,
them, you don't know what's going off.
Them people, trust me. Like we need to get that done expeditiously. Like that needs to happen. We need these people in place.
Because the other thing as well is, there's a small section of the squad you want to keep, so you don't want to disrupt the players that you know are going to stay for the next few years anyway. You want to keep them, just keep them at the level that they are in it. You don't want them to turn around in the summer and say, oh yeah, I want to go when I would. Do you know what I mean? Like you just kind of, there's certain things you don't want to disrupt now in it. Like Danny, there's not really a benefit from telling him now. The only time that was when I said back in January, February, this is the only time you can swap it now. You can swap it now, give somebody 6 months to show us that you're worth a contract at the end. But
nah, it makes sense. But I'm speaking from I didn't know if Corey was like if he was like Ten Hag in or not type thing.
No, I'm not.
So you're saying at the end of the season, you get rid of him? 100%.
Yeah, no, I would, but don't get rid of him because we're all just sitting here saying get rid of him. We don't want him anymore.
We're not
playing.
There's got to be a plan in place.
It
Get rid of him.
It seems more like a panic to get rid of him.
Yeah, I get it. I thought you were Ten Hag in. That's why I was.
Don't include me. If he got fired tomorrow, I'd be crying tears of joy. Get this bum the hell out my club, dog. I need him gone.
Nah, I'm with you, Eddie, on that. And if we did sack him and then they was like, okay, what the smart thing to actually do is, but these people are just not very clever, is to sack him and then you bring in an interim. And then you could still, for example, get all the pieces in place in the hierarchy to go get a next manager. But that's what I'm saying. Don't keep the interim. I've said this, you don't. Like
the vibe up, get the vibe up.
The plan does not change in regards to long term, even medium term. The plan does not change whatsoever. You get the interim in, maybe try and win the FA Cup, maybe finish top 4, but while the season is still going on, you're still getting a director,
you're still planning,
technical director.
That's what I'm saying. He's been so shit. You just would rather get an interim in.
No,
but I've been screaming about interim. You just gonna get flipped.
Come on. If you're the interim, and you've got a brain about you, you walk in and you go, how many of you man? Like he shuts the door behind him. You're like. How many of you man are sick of that guy? And they're like, me, and you're like, yeah, he's a prick.
Because look, Ten Hag,
let's go win the FA Cup. Let's go win the FA Cup.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
Hey, as long as he's not playing 2 lines of defense, I think we're pretty good. I think we'll be pretty good.
That shit was funny, bro.
Eddie, man. Eddie, word to Stephen A. Smith. Let's be nice. You're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it. Like, let's be nice.
No, that's cool.
But this is what I'm saying, though. He's so egotistical, bruv. This Ten Hag, this Joker, that you might as well, like, you know what I'm saying? Because he could have played the role of the interim. When you think about it, like he can change things if he wants, but he's not changing it. So bunny, get rid of him, bruv.
I hear you.
We used to decide to sack him because, like, if you're telling me somebody that doesn't know any football at my club decides to sack him. Well, all right.
It's not what it is. Sorry, that's got to be on. That's on you, Barado. That's on Barada at this point because you're the box stops with you.
I'm so on Barada right now. I'm so on him. Forget everyone else. I am on this brother because you cannot tell me that brother can come to my club. Telling me about Man City and them thing there and not deliver. I'm so.
Has he already taken up the role? Like, or is he?
I believe so. I think he took up the role in February. Don't quote me on that. Yeah. I think he took up the role in February.
So he has the power. He has powers.
So in regards to, and this is why we're being linked to this. He's the CEO. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. He's been linked to everybody.
Somebody put on Twitter last night, is he Omar Barada? Like, is he here for the money or is he Omar Barada? I was crying, to be fair.
Yo, it is bad. Like, he's a joke thing.
Uncomfortable conversations.
He like everybody else, like the DOF, like everyone else. Everyone that is hired, you are on the clock because I already have my doubts and don't particularly like Jim Ratcliffe or any else. So all this process and project is absolute bullshit. Hey, you man deliver this summer. Just by all you have to do is, it's not even a results thing. Move correctly. If that man, again, what we talk about all the time with the players on the pitch, they just do the basics off the pitch. Cool. If they just sack the manager, I then have a style of play, have a manager who fits what we're trying to do. We move shrewd in the transfer market. If you say, oh, I can see why we're signing such and such, even if it's a player I don't rate, it's like he fits what we are trying to do. I can identify, oh, that's a Manchester United centre back. Cool. And you see it on the pitch, even if it doesn't necessarily work. All right, come. Like that's it. Again, basics. That's what it is. Fix the roof.
Yeah.
Get better chefs.
Flawless.
Just,
flawless. Imagine if we're sat here and like starting next season, Southgate's in. They've kept Maguire and McTominay, and then Southgate comes out and they're like, look, these guys are the future. They know the club, the passion, yeah. And then Southgate turns around and goes, yeah, Barada's got trust in me. Like he sees similarities to Pep Guardiola and myself. So yeah,
I'm done with it.
Hey, Barada got answer to Corey, man. Barada got answer to Corey. You know what I'm saying? Corey's on his case. He got answer to Corey.
On him. So on Barada. Oh my days.
Man's pulling up on Corey's there like, yo, my brother, what are you doing? Yo, get out the car, bro. Like, what you want, bro?
Listen, I'm making trips to Trafford every day. Sitting outside that
man's waiting to carry.
You know when you wait until the players come and you try to get a shirt, I'm waiting till Barada comes.
I'm just staring at them. You know, I'm crazy people.
Man said you're waiting. I'll give up with the whole club if that happens. I'll turn into a nun. Like, I'll be gone. I don't support Man United
the
anymore.
fact that you just put that image,
you
put that image in my head right now, Leon. Like that's pissing me off, bro. If I see that shit, that's Southgate.
You see what I'm doing there, bro? That's the whole. Think of the worst scenario, and then it just looks so much better when little things
Leon's
happen.
such a troll. Yeah, it's a
hey,
big
I'm at this point. I'm at this point right now. Shout out to Andy Tate. Hey, give it to Giggsy till the end of the season, man. Give it to Giggsy till the end of the season. Shout out Andy Tate, man.
Why is that?
Fuck it.
Big up V33 for the super chat site. Like I said, like Fergie left when Pep leaves, that club is dropping. No way. The management at Manchester City or Pool dictate style of football to Pep or club. Yeah, they do. That's why if you look at Manchester City, they hired people from Barcelona before they got Pep. All them people that are in place above him, they was hired, I think, 2 years, some even 3 years. I know a year before. I know it was at least a year or two before Pep got there. They had everything in place, and that's what we need to do. Same with Klopp with Liverpool. If they're smart, what they will do is go and find a manager who is similar to Klopp in terms of style of play, and you use those players. So I disagree with this, but big up for the super chat. Yeah, go on.
I did also, I wanted to say something about that comment too. They supported Klopp at Liverpool because Michael Edwards actually clashed with Klopp while he was at the club, and that's why they got rid of him. And now that Klopp is leaving, that's why there are reports of him coming back to Liverpool. I just wanted to say that. That's it. Thing. So, they've supported their managers for sure. There's been structure at those clubs. That's why they're so successful. But
because we can all identify what a City player looks like. We can all watch a player and go, he fits what City and Pep are doing. We can all watch a player and go, he fits what Liverpool and Klopp's doing. And if Liverpool are smart, they'll continue along those lines. Now, if they're not smart, they'll go get a manager who plays completely different to Klopp, which is foolish, considering the success that you had there and the squad that you have there. And that's where we need to get to. Because the team's not as talented as us who have that. I use it all the time. Sean Dyche at Everton. We can all identify a Sean Dyche Everton player. They was in for McTominay. We do not rate McTominay. However, we all understand why Sean Dyche wanted McTominay, how he fits in what he's trying to do, and how he would be effective there. And that's Everton who are battling relegation. So if a relegation side can do it, why is a side like Manchester United who spend no one really in Europe, apart from like a Real Madrid, really has our pulling power like that in regards to finance and prestige? There's a couple of us, but that's it. We sit at a class of our own, even though we've not been successful. Start utilizing what we have in regards to this, even though we haven't been successful. And then maybe we will get back to the top. But again, it's on Barada, it's on Ineos and everybody else that is hired. All the DOS we've been linked to, they're on the clock with this. And there's no process or project with me. This summer, I get up, do what needs to be done, do the basics.
This is what makes it worse.
Run up before second. Yo, get us to 100 likes, people. Over 140 people here. Like, check 1212. At 86 likes. Get us up to 100 likes. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell as well, people. Yeah, go on. I
was just going to say, this is what makes it worse, because Sean Dyche has pretty much out-tacticked and outdone Ten Hag this season, if you look over the whole season, because they're minus 10 points due to their financial thing as well. So where are they if they don't have that? Look at the quality that they've got.
Minus 6, because they got 4 points or 6 points back, so they cut it by getting.
Oh, they did they?
Yeah,
even so, I've seen them win like games with goals and do you know what I mean? Like for us, it's just, I don't know, man. Like I've just, This is the final hope for United right now is Ineos. Because if these guys are scumbags, yeah, we just got to wait it out for a long time.
We're screwed.
Yeah, we're screwed. We're absolutely screwed. We are.
Because this was the last thing, like this was the last excuse we had as to how we're not operating as a big club because of the ownership group. And I think, the only hope that this gives me is that, like, it's going to sound crazy, but I've seen the Glazers be successful in the NFL because they picked the right GM, meaning they picked the right guy to oversee the program to get them a Super Bowl. And, they got the top flight players, of course. But like, if we screw this up, arrivederci, sayonara. Do not talk about us like one of these clubs who deserves to have your respect. Talk about us as a club like fucking, I don't know, like even like AC Milan. We'd actually hit that point where we're just there because of the history. We're just there because of the foundation we've laid previous to where we are today. We're no longer a club that you can actually respect when it comes to top flight football. So that's where it's at, bro.
We're in the club with the same jeans that we wore like 10 years ago, and we're still using the same game on the gallon.
Bro, we got Jabos on. We can't even get in the club.
We can't even get. Hey, Leo, we can't even get in the club. We can't even get in.
You know, like you're still wearing fashion from 10 years ago. Man are still wearing like the straight jeans from back in the day and that. Do you know what I'm saying? And that.
Yeah, we can't even get.
Jeans and Philip. Don't kill me.
Man, I got wallabies on.
Oi, wallabies are cold.
Oi, Eddie, do you know what wallabies are? We'll have to show you, man, if you don't know what wallabies are.
Yeah, y'all gotta show me that. Y'all gotta show me that.
For the show wallabies, isn't it?
I don't remember. I'll probably be like, oh, them. Yeah. And to just back to the Omar, he said he got hired but starts working in the summer flawless. So this is from Omar Barado. All right, what he should be doing is working behind the scenes then, which I presume they are.
I guarantee you he is.
Yeah. They'll be working and like, all right, these are the people that we're doing. Oh yeah, I remember them. I just didn't know they were called wallabies. Yeah. I remember
Eddie, what we saying?
Oh yeah, I know them.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I big up to V free for the super chat. Says in that case we should get Real Madrid management and Zidane. Well, we've already gone this line. That'd be in a fantasy world. That'd be fantastic.
You bring me Florentino Perez? Are you kidding me?
It'd be fantastic. But I don't think Florentino Perez is going anywhere. I don't think they're for
hell no. He's too busy running the whole country. That's what he.
Yes, he don't have the power. He won't have the power over here with the English FA like he does with the Spanish FA. Unfortunately,
no,
the ideal world, yes, because that's someone who demands success.
He's like Mr. Madrid.
Yes, he's Mr. Madrid, unfortunately. So as much as we'd love to be able to let's just go take everything Real Madrid have, it don't work like that. Unfortunately,
straight cold-blooded gangster. I swear to God, Holland being a United shirt tomorrow. God damn it.
Oh, listen, he'll bring players like Vinny.
Yeah.
When
Saeed got excited about Vinny, Saeed was like, "We're gonna get Vinny because Real Madrid are gonna get Mbappe, so we're getting straight Vinny." Saeed just nah.
I want Vinny bad on my club. Vinny he'll cook. Vinny would cook.
Yeah, man.
It would be a Mazda 110%. But yeah, they on the clock. That's why I'm not with this project or process like words. I can't clarify that enough because it really just allows just mediocre and there's no goal. I was saying there is zero goal whatsoever.
Even if the process is good, the word process is we just don't respond to it anymore.
What we processing
going well, process.
Process means there's an end goal. Like when you process something, there's an end result. But there's never no one says
we're just a frozen computer processing, just frozen. Do you know what I mean on the screen?
Yeah,
you got that rainbow wheel spinning on the Mac. just spinning, dog.
Exactly what you're talking about. That's it. But we are through to the semi-final as well. I don't think we've done a show since then. United are through to the FA Cup semi-final. Coventry obviously beating Liverpool. We'll go to you first, Rhino. Thoughts on not so much the Liverpool game, but the semi-final against Coventry, because we obviously are the favourites. FA Cup final. Can we win it is the question I'm asking. Let's say it's City or Chelsea. Talk about Mo. We are favourites for the tie. Of course. Against Coventry.
For the tie.
Yeah. For the tie.
I thought you were saying favourites over.
No. Hold fire. Hold fire with that.
You know what it is, yeah?
Wait, are we favourites for the draw? Because we had a life or death of Newport County, so really Coventry could be.
Are you sure?
No, but we used to, even though, don't get mistaken, could it be a very ugly game against Coventry, like it was
mate.
against Newport County? Absolutely. However, I still think we get past them. It might be a 2-1.
Yeah.
It might not be a great game, but I still think we make the final. But then it's
You know what it is,
is Chelsea or City. Yeah, go on, Random.
Honestly, like no matter how bad this club is, we have to be beating Coventry, and I think we should comfortably beat them. Not comfortably, let me take that back. We should most definitely beat them. And the reason why I say that, obviously we can have a crazy upset, which I think United are not, immune to. We are we are a team that anything can happen. We can win, we can draw, we can lose. It doesn't matter who our opponents are. And it's a good point that Nagy made as well, that no matter who we play, we had the same issues. Like there's a problem at this club. So we are liable to lose to anybody. But based on the fact that we've won so many games we don't deserve to win, and the levels of what Coventry are at, we should be able to beat them. And there's always a way that we scumbag it. So my thing is, Man United always scumbag it somewhere. One person steps up, saves the day, or the team decide to play well that day or whatever. We might go through the whole 1-0, 2-0 up, and then, the team.
That's why they make me sick.
One team and then one player that saves the day. So, yeah, man, I think we have enough quality in the squad for even one person to save us, whether it's a Dano crazy strike outside the box, or a Casemiro header, or a Maguire header, or Rashford turns up today and
look what it's come to.
Look what it's come to. But
what's going to happen at the moment? Rhino, it's going to be a Bruno goal, and then people are going to start saying Bruno had a massive.
Yeah, Bruno scores a penalty or something, or Bruno has a good game. Yeah, man. So we should definitely be able to beat them. It would be nice to kind of pass Coventry. It would be nice to beat them comfortably, just to enjoy a game of football. We all love football. We all love it when, United play well. We haven't seen a lot of it. That's what the Liverpool game gassed us, and we didn't even play that well. We just had spells. First 20, 30 minutes of that game was actually very good. I'll be honest. Like, I was like, wow. These ManDem are doing their thing. I'm seeing little triangles here and there. I'm seeing everyone running and working. Bruv, as soon as 30 minutes hits, the timer starts. And when you just turn the thing and it's the dust, the little timer thing. Bro, these man start gassing up. But
that's why the 30 minutes
give credit to the team. But to give credit to the team, overall, if you look at the whole span of the 120 minutes, the ManDem fought, innit? Yes, they had spells of weakness and being tired, but overall, they fought. They had the mentality. So I'm just upset that we just see it in one game. We just saw it for the Liverpool game, and I'm kind of against this notion that the players decide to turn up, because I feel like it's right in what you're saying, but I feel like there's so many games where they've had that motivation. They should have had that same motivation. For example, City in the FA Cup final, or like times where we were in the Champions League. Where was that fight? Why all of a sudden was it just this specific Liverpool game that the ManDem decided to fight for? If we have that fight in many other games, I'll give it to them. I'll say, okay, certain games they like to step up, whether it's Champions League, whether it's a cup tie or whatever. So, yeah, man, we should comfortably beat them. Coventry can be very dangerous. We saw what they did to get through. But any team is dangerous against Manchester United. We don't control games. We've got a lot of weaknesses that a lot of teams can capitalize on. So, yeah, man, I feel like realistically, in terms of the players we have, somehow we should be able to do it and get over the line. And that's where we're at as a club, unfortunately. You feel me?
No, 100%. I get fully what you're saying. I forget fully what you're saying with that. Yeah, Sheik, what are you saying in regards to it?
Yeah, man, we should. Like, I'll even say this: if we don't beat Coventry, Ten Hag should be sacked in the tunnel, fam. Like, he should go.
Yeah, beating Liverpool and losing Coventry, 100%.
Yeah, man. Like
100%.
I hear that Coventry's been in good form and all this stuff, but we should be beating a team like Coventry. Like it's I don't care how bad we've been playing, just as a club in general, the name, all that stuff. Like we should be beating Coventry. And like I said, man, if we don't, Ten Hag, I'm sorry, but you need to be sacked then and there. Don't even let him get to the tunnel, fam. Just sack him. Let him go in a different exit from the stadium, like from the arena. Yeah, man. Just sack him. But yeah, I think we will. I think we will beat them. Like Rhino said, I think we should. It would be nice for us to pack them, have a comfortable win, have some good vibes going into the final, because the final is gonna be nerve wracking again. Man, if we get City in the final again,
oh, long day. Hey, Chelsea, you must,
man. Long
day. Yeah, Chelsea got to beat them.
Chelsea
got to beat them.
You must.
Chelsea
You must.
Please,
We
please,
I
Chelsea,
think
please.
we beat Coventry. We should be. I would love for us to beat them comfy, but I know it's going to be like an ugly, maybe
Oh, yeah.
2-1 or some shit like that. Bruno penalty in the last minute or McTominay winner or some shit like that, man. I just know it's going to be.
What we're saying, Anthony fighting it out with their right back again or something, or their left back or whatever.
Make no mistake, I'll be gassed that we're in the final. Make no mistake, I'll be gassed.
Yeah.
But like, I've already accepted that we're gonna lose the final if City go through.
Yeah. Same.
I accepted that we're gonna. I know that already. So it is what it is.
Flawless. We're just there for vibes, man. You know, you get that little thing when you go to the hockey stadium.
But what Corey's saying, I can't even argue against what he said. I can't even argue against. That's not no vibe. Just going to a final, knowing you are going to lose.
Oh, we got a medal, man.
Don't
worry about that.
Sure, Leon. This guy, yo.
We're just here for the ride. We're just here for the ride.
Plus, think about it. Think about all these fans that.
This is what we are.
What you say, Sheik? Say that again.
Not saying that we shouldn't win the FA Cup. I'm not saying that at all. But just imagine, like, all these fans going to be like, "Oh, look at Ten Hag. He deserves more time. You won us the FA Cup in this season." Like, all those Ten Hag in people are just going to be in full effect. But I'm not saying we shouldn't win the FA Cup or anything like that. Like Ten Hag always says, we have to look at the bigger picture, man. We need to
the bigger picture, people.
The bigger picture, people. You need
here
to
he
go,
is.
Ten Hag. That's just what it is. But yeah.
I'll be honest. That'll just let me know like how sad them people are, because it's like, bruh, we say it all the time. We're fucking Manchester United. Like, getting FA Cups, Carabao Cups, that shit's like a prerequisite. Like, you better do that shit if you get to be the manager, right? We looking for that dude who's bringing that Champions League and that Premier League. If y'all was just looking for FA Cups and Carabao Cups, then you got your Arsenal. Fucking guy.
Go support
yeah, facts. Go support Arsenal. Really though.
Yeah, they are the FA Cup team.
Shit.
Yeah,
like they actually run around here talking about we've won the FA Cup the most amount of times of any team. Like, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? That's my thing, bro. Like, this is where I'm at with it. I don't get. Yeah, I'm telling you right now, that Liverpool game gave juice to the wrong people. It's like you really. Some people really shouldn't have nice things. I'm being real. Some people really shouldn't have nice things. We can't just enjoy a win. If you look at what it is, what it boils down to, it's a rivalry game.
Yeah.
In any sport you can think of, anything can happen in a rivalry game because emotions are out the roof, stakes are high, and they're selling out. And it wasn't even, for me, it wasn't even the football that we were playing with, because we still looked disorganized. We still looked disjointed. The thing that caught my eye the most was the energy that people were playing with. That was what carried us over. And I think Liverpool, honestly, I think it's going to be tough for them down the stretch, because this whole do it for Klopp situation has them playing in all these competitions, getting up and down the fucking European landscape. And it's like, for what? Like, they don't look as good as they do playing against Sparta Prague, because it's fucking Sparta Prague. Like, it's just what it is with me. And so, yeah, it was cool. But again, we showed that we're still that team in certain aspects of that game. We showed we're still that team that can give 2 up to Coventry and then have to come back on like a 3-2 win type of thing. From the way we play football, all of us have said it here. We don't play a sustained brand of football. You never know what you're going to get with United. And the Liverpool game and every other game that we've played this season has been that's been the only constant, that you never know what you're going to get with us. So it was cool to beat Liverpool and talk about this shit, but it means absolutely nothing if y'all go over there, lose to Coventry, or honestly, it means absolutely nothing if y'all don't bring this shit home.
We're like a nasty pick and mix, man. You know, you get that dolly mix. I hate dolly mix. You know, that nasty dolly mix with the licorice.
I know what you're
shit,
talking about.
That thing with your headache when you eat it. That nasty thing, man. Do you know what I mean? Now, Eddie's right. Eddie's right.
Sour Patch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're proper. Do you know, Eddie's right, because I swear Eddie at 10 came out afterwards and said, like, yeah, this is what I've been trying to show you guys all season. Like, oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Nonsense. All it
Take
was
the
is
mic away from this guy, man.
someone take the microphone away from him. No, the
It's
players
like a
were
bad
just
stand-up comedian, innit? It's like, yo, just take it. Just bro.
Players were up for the game because it's Liverpool at home. Liverpool at home, quarterfinal of the FA Cup. The place is rocking. That's easy. That's an easy game to be energetic about and for. But we've not. Where's that been all season? If we played like that all season, you know what? I go, all right, it's just a lack of quality type of thing. Even when we was 2-1 down in that game, even when we was 3-2 down in that game, I wasn't even mad. I was like, you know what? You can actually put the effort in. Yeah, go on. Say again, Corey.
The stadium was jumping throughout the whole entire game. Like, I feel like we kind of need to look at ourselves as fans as well. If we're going to the game, like low key, like don't stop cheering on the players as well. Like, I'm not saying the players should be trying as hard in every single game, but we have our we have a job to do ourselves to encourage this team to do something. Like, don't be upset and just start going silent if we're 1-0 down to Coventry. Not saying that we will be, not saying that we won't be, but if that situation did occur, don't stop cheering these players, bro. Because as we all know, these players unfortunately are emotional players, and they thrive off our cheering. You know, so with that, we need to use that to our benefit and just keep on cheering until they leave. Until we done up. That's what we need to do. Like, that's the reality of the situation.
Facts, right.
Yeah, you're right, bro. These dudes need an emotional support dog. That's what they need.
With the it's hard to cheer just nonsense though. Like when the players are not even working hard, it's very tough. Like at least in that game, to the credit of the players, they gave the fans something to cheer about. There was something there. Like we were actually just being professional athletes. Like Eddie says, we were actually running laps with intent. We were actually closing down. We was actually tackling. We was actually pressing. Like we was actually just doing all the basics and making it as uncomfortable as possible for Liverpool. Yeah, go on, Corey.
You know what is unfortunately, like, I don't like saying this, but we just need to be the bigger person here. Unfortunately, we need to be the bigger person here and just do what we do. You know, just do our part. So in the end, we have no regrets. I don't want to have any regrets.
I've been waiting for that all season, Corey. Literally, been waiting for that all season.
I don't want to look back and say, like I don't want the players to start doing these videos as they do and be like, oh, like we was 1-0 down, the fans weren't really helping us.
We go again. We go again.
I want them to say, oh, we were 1-0 down, the fans cheered us on till the very end, and we've lost. So with that, I can blame you. Because it was only you that was on that pitch to do something, not me. I cheered you on until I was dead, basically. Until I said I cheered you on forever and ever, and you failed to come up with something. So I can only blame you.
The other thing as well, I clocked you. Ten Hag celebrated afterwards, but then he kind of cut it short because he was like, yeah. Oh yeah, I've not been great this season. Like he kind of like smiled and then he just went to his face afterwards, isn't it? Shameless.
Like that's what I'm saying. Go get your fucking chain back from Copenhagen before you start talking tough. That's what I'm saying. Like them dudes really took your goddamn chain. You want to beat your chest out?
Hey,
man said the Denmark gangsters came and just
wheeled that one. Wheeled that one.
Hey. Copenhagen,
lads.
Copenhagen took the
Eddie, that's gold.
Copenhagen.
Man blonde gangsters outside the
Copenhagen. Just pulled up, bro.
They're all taking pictures on their Instagram at the chain. They're like,
yeah. Hey, you know what we call that? You know what we call that out here in the Bay? We call that the greasy neck tour. All them dudes with the bad diets taking pictures.
Everyone trying it on one by one. That's
just that neck grease getting transferred from one brother to another with your chain on, dog. The greasy neck tour.
Wheel that one. Wheel it.
Hopefully we get it together. Before we close out though, everybody make sure please you run up the likes. So if you're watching this live right now, watching this back, hit the like button, like check 1 2 1 2. Did we even hit 100 likes? Let me double check.
I beg you get the soundboard sorted because some of these are just priceless.
Oh yeah, definitely. I do actually need to do that. I need to reach out to everybody and get everyone to send me over, email me over their sound clips. Right, 99 likes. One more, girls, up to 100 likes. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, people. We are closing in on 11K. So we're at 10,766. 4 more people. Get us to 10,770 people. That's what we're looking for. Just 4 more subscribers. There's still over 100 of you lot in there. Make sure you subscribe to all the ManDem. Links are underneath in the description. Rhino's channel, Leon's channel, Unleashed Sports, Sheik's channel, Dan Sillyman's channel. Obviously, Big Six Mans. You should know about that, people, already. I'm going to add that underneath in the description as well. But like I said, hit the subscribe button. And don't forget, this show, all the other shows on the channel are available on all audio platforms, people. So Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, wherever you listen to podcasts, you can get audio versions of this show and all the other shows on the YouTube channel apart from Watch-alongs. I've already dropped the links in the chat. Links are also underneath in the description as well. And you get the show not only on Tuesdays, 4:30 p.m. UK time, you also get it 5 p.m. on Fridays, people, 5 p.m. So you get 2 editions of the ManDem United podcast. Anything you might want to add before we do close out?
Wherever you look, people, Sarcasm City is. It'll be on this. It'll be on the shelves in the supermarket real soon as well. Probably in like what's it called, CD or tape for a minute. So
Facts, man. Right next to the Kool-Aid, man. Right next to the Kool-Aid. It'll be there.
Big up the chat, man. Big
up
the chat. Man.
Real one.
You guys, like I said earlier, you guys look into the Sarcasm City specials, man. Look into the Sarcasm City specials, 100%, man. And yeah, man, follow all the channels. Big Six Bands, I watched that as well. Big up Months and the ManDem, Corey and the ManDem, and I see Traps on there sometimes as well. Subscribe to Rhino MGTV, me and Traps' show, Sunday show. Catch Lee on there as well. Red Pill, Blue Pill content. All the ManDem, man. You know. And we'll see when are we next playing, ManDem? Is it this weekend?
No,
Saturday. We play Saturday.
Right, just
late kickoff against Brentford, like 8 p.m.
Let's have this break, man. Just let us just.
Yes,
tell me a day before. Just let me just have this.
They say Friday, ManDem United show, yeah.
This has been the calmest time this season, bro. Like where I've just been,
just chilled.
I have no interest in England. I wasn't excited. Knew they were gonna not do the job. I just don't watch English football like that. Ready
we got a 4-day weekend. Do not ruin my weekend.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't ruin it. Don't ruin my weekend.
When is the game? Sunday?
That's Saturday.
No,
we play late kickoff. Yeah, we play Brentford Saturday late, 8 p.m. It's like an 8 p.m. kickoff.
Monday I would have been sweet with. I go to work, I can concentrate on just work, forget Man United. Unfortunately, I've got a day off, so it's going to be on my mind. Do not ruin my weekend.
Oh, by the way, people, if Toney has a good game, we are going to be linked again, just to give you guys the
that is very much.
Where are we at the community stadium?
Yes, at their place. At their place.
Why are you bothered? We don't play well anywhere.
12th man. 12th man.
Yeah.
Then I'll go arm round him. Oh, I think he said he's going to come to the club.
Yes. After you.
That's the type of thing he would say. But yeah, Rhino mentioned it, people. Last special, obviously, big up to everyone who's been watching all the specials. The feedback's been crazy. Last one tonight, 10:30 p.m. UK time. Grizz will be on. So we'll be talking his journey, obviously. Yeah, I'm saying his own channel, Football Carnage, the success of the Big Six, plus more as well, because Grizz has been doing a lot out here. So shout out to Grizz each and every time. And then following that,
you gave him some time to get over the result and his emotions. Then you brought him on last to get that guy.
I'm a nice guy. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even about that.
Very nice.
Well, like I'm generous, so I could have easily just be like, yeah, let's run it the day afterwards. Like, nah, it's calm. But shout out to Grizz each and every time. And then also as well, NBA watch along on the playback, people. Make sure if you're an NBA fan, get over to the playback. I'm gonna try out Premier League games over there as well. I'm going to try out Premier League games over there in Champions League. What'd you say, Liam?
This season's sick as well, man. I've been watching bare games, man. This season's cold, man.
It is. So yeah.
Tomorrow as well. ManDem talk emoji eyes. That's what I'm gonna say. ManDem talk emoji eyes.
Oh yeah, it's gonna go. Oh yeah.
It's gonna be crazy.
I don't think it's coming on, by the way. I don't think it's there.
Hashtag 2 lines. You did.
Is it?
Hashtag
I don't think 2 lines is about
2 lines.
That's emoji eyes. That's what I'm gonna say. You're going to understand tomorrow. Emoji eyes.
Make sure you check that out. Big up to Saeed as well. But yeah, playback, people. Download the app from your app store or just go to playback.tv/sarcasmcitytv. Because that's where the NBA watch-alongs be going on. If you have an NBA League Pass, then you can use that to watch along with us on the screen. If you get over there, people, then I've been giving out some of the VIP passes. And if you sign up to the membership at the highest tier, you'll get it for the whole month as well, people. But we're live tonight. It is the Mavericks versus the Kings, people. Dallas Mavericks, Sacramento Kings. I think it's 2:30 a.m. UK time. Is it 2 a.m. or 2:30, Sheik? It's one of those two anyway. Yeah, double check.
Usually the game's at 12, but it depends on the region, innit?
Nah, it's West Coast. This is West Coast.
That's beautiful.
This is
not a
West Coast.
Lakers.
2
It's
a.m.
beautiful, beautiful.
Hey, last time Lakers was on, you lot won. You lot won. You lot been winning. You lot are like 4-1 on playback streams.
I don't talk about them in glowing fashion when I'm next to Sheik, bro. We just don't discuss them.
First. What time is it, Sheik? Is it 2 or 2:30?
2 a.m.
So 2 a.m. people. 2 a.m.
The Kings.
He's
Oh,
in
you
Sacramento.
Kings, man.
I live in Sacramento. I'm from Sacramento.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Najee's into Knicks, innit?
I love to everyone who has locked in. Big up, man. We'll be back. Like I said, keep a lookout on the upcoming live stream schedule. This has been the ManDem United podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in. And we'll be redirecting to Big 6 Months people. Big up.